Welcome everyone. Hello, test. Hello, test. Okay. So yeah, you can hear me. Right, so let me get everything enabled. Welcome everyone to the 6th round of Season 4 for HSRT, Season 7 for FSC. We're in Advanced Series tonight for a 36 lap race. Obviously, will be after this qualifying session of 80 minutes. We're in Zandvoort, basically on the coast of Haarlem or Amsterdam, as I've done some traveling, some travel plan for FSC. So yeah, basically Zandvoort is the coast of Amsterdam or Haarlem, whatever you, it depends on where you get closest to. But yeah, we will be having an 80-minute long qualifying session followed by a 36 lap race around quite a historic circuit with bank corners and a very short lap time. December will be our first driver starting his lap time tonight. We have a total of 19 drivers on the grid. I'm going through the laps as Zambo is on a lap right now. Plan B and Jogakis in the Alfa Romeo, Place and Mick Maxad in the Ferrari as Zambo finds some traffic on his way to Sector 2. Alexo and Billion for the Red Bull. Danny Boy and no one else for the Haas. Johnny, actually Stella for the Haas as well. Johnny and Lemon as Danny Boy goes wide and probably doesn't really do quite well, as Milan has been disqualified from the session for parking in a dangerous location. That's very interesting. He's on track as well, and that's a disqualification apparently. Okay, we'll go on board with Kirkulakis as the actually never mind. Okay. So I was continuing then. Joni and Lemon in the Alpine. Sambo will be the only driver for AlphaTauri. Dolanites and Kirkmanakis as he's on a lap in the Aston Martin. Postman and Matt Copper in the Williams. HB and Thunderspeeder in the McLarens. And Max Takis and Milan in the Mercedes cars. As Max Takis, speaking about him, goes purple. But Mike Zard breaks that record and goes fastest overall, 109.363 for the Ferrari driver, followed by Max Takis in second, Dolantes, Flamby, Sambo with a 114.0 on mediums, and Thunderspeeder in sixth. And now dropped by Alexo, who goes sixth fastest with a 112.241. Bossiman sets a 120.103. We have Stella up there in the 109s as well. Esti plays with a 110.189. Lemon goes 6th fastest with a 110.911. Johnny with a 111.783. Jorgakis with a 111.326. Kirkhamlak is up next on the line. He's gonna set a 109.991, which puts him in P3. Billion sets a 129.669, which he's probably gonna want to improve, and I think he's on another lap as we speak. I honestly have no idea why Milan got disqualified though, but it's certainly a good start. Certainly a good start to his home Grand Prix. Luckily he has Friday for redemption race. Postman is on another lap. I think Billin has aborted his lap. Also Danny Boy is on a lap. But Postman is first to the line and sets a 1:10.378, which puts him P8. And Danny Boy is up next. His first lap of the session goes 11th fastest with a 1:11.034. Matt Copper is on Inters. HBE is on wet. So he's gonna go on ultra wet with this rate. And somehow, this session is dry. Now, on Friday, I still have no idea if it's going to rain or not. It seems like right now, as the weather says it is going to rain. It is going to be light rain though, so it's going to be Inter's condition. But anything can change as we've seen over this week. It firstly say it could be full wet, then Inter's, then dry, then Inter's. Like, it's very, very confusing. So I guess we'll be finding out probably on Friday the correct one. On Thursday, there will still be the forecast posted, but yeah, I would recommend waiting for Friday to find out what the correct weather is. Not because I will post it on Friday, but because the Dutch weather can be very, very confusing and can be very, you know, it can change all of a sudden, so you can't really trust it. Max Takis is on a lap, it seems. I think so. No, I don't know actually. It seems like he is, but I'm not sure. Is Billion pitting? No, Billion is staying out as he goes P3. P3 for the Red Bull driver, 1:09.863. Third fastest, but still, it's Ferrari Maxard on pole as he goes out for a second run in this session. Max Takis goes purple sector 2. I think he's going to set a new time here. Hopefully for him. And then 109s as he clips the curb, spins out on the gravel trap. He resists the track and luckily he's out of the way of any incoming cars. Is Sambo pitting? Yes, he is. HB apparently on wet, is trying to do a lap and... oh. Well, I don't know if he's going to beat anybody with that, but... it doesn't seem like that because Plumby is on an out lap. So, should be all good. Anyway, who's on a lap right now? That's the places. Purple sector 1 for the Ferrari. He's gonna try and get that 1-2 for Ferrari. As Ferrari have been having the pace to get these 1-2s quite often. As he's finding himself behind very close to the Alpine there. Behind the McLaren of HB who's on the wet tyres. I think it's HB. My bad, it's not HB, it's Matt Copper spins on Inters. There's even more drivers hitting the barriers. But yeah, it was time speeder there on an outlap. Anyway, let's place round the line. So set at 1:09.556. What did I say? They're on a provisional 1-2 with SC Place claiming that purple sector 3 as well. So provisional 1-2 for the Ferraris or for the Paganis, I must say, in FSC terms. Stellantis is also in lap, improving 1/10 in sector 2, coming round the final sector now. And so are other drivers, but we'll stay on board with them. See if they can improve further in this session. There are 8 minutes remaining as well. Mipsad improves his time, telling rivals that he's pushing. Stellantis does, but it's good enough for 5th. On a 1:09.875, pushes his teammate right in P6 as he goes 3rd fastest now. Kirkemlakis looking very quick around this circuit. and it's gonna be very interesting to see what he can achieve on Friday then. 109.641 for Kumulakis, 60th place, now pitting, and Max out on a 109.199, looking to go below that time, which is very possible. At this stage, it's very possible. Max is starting a new lap. Alexo is in a lap. Postman is actually round at turn 3, at the exit of turn 3. He's trying to get back to the track in the wrong way. Hopefully, ooh, I was saying hopefully he doesn't get disqualified, but he does. Almost getting the weight of Johnny there, but he's on a lap, so really impede anyone. Never mind. Oh well, that's not gonna be good. I've just seen that. Max Sakis was on a lap, and Postman didn't realize, so they both spun. That ruined Max Sakis' time, and that also ruined Postman's qualifying session, as he had an entire front right tire come off. Not very good. Alexa Noir is on a lap. Improves slightly in sector 1 as he takes the wide line in a very tricky corner, I must say. Milan joins back. So yeah, I think his lap is done. I see, yeah, he's went into recharging mode. It's very fair. Danny Boy is on a new lap, it seems like. But he's not improving. So I think he's going back to the... Yeah, he is. He's on recharging as well. Johnny's on a lap. You will find some traffic ahead, but nothing not too manageable. Gets wide open for the Alpine as he goes down the final DI straight in sector 2 to improve 1/10, almost 2, as it goes quite wide at the entry. That will lose him a few tenths, few precious tenths. He almost loses it, and he does lose it at the end. That curb is very dangerous, as you can also get beat on this part of the circuit. As Mancover retires, all of a sudden, I think he crashed out. I think he did. He actually did. At the entry of turn 3, very banked corner, but the most banked one is the last one. Still, Johnny not very good for him, and I think he had to reset the track to get unstuck pretty much. Unstuck, yeah. Seems like Lemon has a bit of desync as well as damage. I don't know what kind of damage, but he does have damage. It says that on the telemetry. So that may kind of ruin his lap. He improves actually 4/10s in sector 2. Will it be enough to improve in sector 3 as well? That curb, as I was talking about here earlier, that curb, if you clip it, basically your lap is done. As he goes 9 fastest, 5/10s improved, 110.369 for the Alpine driver. Ahead of him is Delanites on a new lap. As it's starting to get cloudier. And now, I don't know, but does it mean we may be seeing wet weather anytime soon? Delanites doesn't improve in sector 1, but he does have 2 more sectors to go. The sky is, let's say, not too colourful. I'm wondering if we'll get any rain now, which means the drivers will need to set the time now, improve their time now if it does rain, but I don't think it would. Who knows? It may rain at the end. 4/10s lost in sector 2 for Delanites. He's not improving that much as he would like, unless he can gain something in sector 3. Still on hot lap mode, so it seems like he's not giving up just yet. Rounds out the final corner. DRS wide opened as he decides to pit last minute. Is Lemon on another lap? No, he's on recharging. Plumby's on a lap though. He goes, doesn't actually go anywhere as he stays P11. And I don't think he's gonna do another lap. He has lower EIS at least, so he won't even improve his lap. Sambo's on a lap though. Speaking of drivers on lap times, never mind. He actually manages to go on the outside of the exit and lose the car completely. That's interesting. That's actually weird. I have never seen that happen before, but I guess anything can happen. Johnny's on another lap. I've been watching these drivers quite often try to best the lap time, and it seems like some drivers have struggled to do that, which may mean that the conditions are getting worse, so not much grip on your tires as you would like. Which may be the key to why we're seeing less and less people. More people struggle, like Johnny, as he does the same mistake he did previously. He damaged his entire wing now. That's no good. He has to correct that mistake. Just don't clip the curb on the inside and you should be good. But yeah, I mean, we're not seeing many drivers improve their lap times or positions on track or in the leaderboard. So that may mean that they're actually struggling to find grip, which is actually a very, very fair assumption. Max Sakis is on a new lap. Mipsad is deciding to stay in. With 1 minute remaining. Yeah, he's not going to do another lap. So Mipsad is confident he'll stay on pole. Mike Sack is actually messed up, so I think he's going to go recharge. Yes, he is. Billion is on a lap. He improved 9 thousandths in Sector 2. Actually, Sector 1. HB now retired from the session in the pit lane. Max said, I'm now going on a lap, but he won't have time to set a lap. There's literally 30 seconds remaining, so he doesn't have time. He will waste a set. This West Billion. Lots of drivers. It's actually crazy how we're seeing lots of drivers go wide at that corner. Like, it's starting raining now, so I predicted it correctly. It's starting to rain now, so that means the drivers will find less and less grip on the laps now. So yeah, it was true that it was going to rain. I mean, I saw the sky getting darker, so means only one thing. Solo is getting back into the pits. Is ST Plays? No, he's not. ST Plays is not going to do another lap. Is anyone going to do another lap? Dolantes is, but he's not improving. He also has damage, apparently, as he does pit. Max Takis, does he go on further lap? Danny Boy actually is first. Danny Boy, yeah, he's on a lap. Right as rain came in as well. He will lose some time. Will it be enough to improve his place? Not quite, as the rain really messed him up there. Max Sakis, I think, won't be able to improve, as he's basically on a second up. He's also on recharge, so that's not quite a chaotic qualifying session as I expected it would be, like last time. But we have a Ferrari 1-2 for the starting grid. That remained unchanged, and so did P3. So Kirkland is starting in P3 behind the Ferraris. If literally the Ferraris have a big chance here, don't try to ruin that. I mean, I feel bad for them because they've had chances to get that 1-2 for many times in this season, but they haven't had the best of lucks, did they? So yeah, hopefully Zandvoort being a a track where it's not easy to pass should be good for them. Remember to wait 1 minute, 2 minutes in before running up in the race to sort out strategies and all that stuff. But that's your starting grid in this race. We have Mike Said and Nesty Place in a one first, second respectively in the Ferraris. Then Kirkhamlakis rounding out your top 3. Outside of the top 3 we find Stello, Billion, Delanitis, Maxakis, Alexo, Lemon and Possument rounding out the top 10. And then on to the rest of the grid: Plumby, Thunderspeeder, Danny Boy, Jogikis, Johnny, Sambo, Matt Copper, HPE and Milan in last place. Disqualified for apparently blocking. Actually, let me see it on the race director. Parked in a dangerous location. Apparently he was parked in a dangerous location and the game decided to literally reduce him to items. The easiest way you could understand me on. And here we are with a cloudy race again, so may mean that it's wet. It's gonna be wet towards later on. Who knows? I mean, we cannot know the weather, which kind of sucks, because it would be cool to have more options as a broadcast with the broadcast options, but can't ask much from the developers. But one thing we know for certain is by looking at the sky, I can definitely say that that sky is not gonna mess around, and instead it's gonna probably want to rain a little bit to shake things up. I think it's going to rain based like on looking at the sky. I mean, that's gonna be also part of my job as well in the future as a captain for ships, so if I cannot understand it, who can? So yeah, but simply by looking at the sky, I think it'll rain. And that was correct in quality. This sky looks a bit darker, so that's how you understand it's going to rain, I guess. But yeah. I don't know when though. That's going to be very interesting to find out. Unless it goes dry, literally opens up a bit. But that's going to be another story. For now, we're going to assist. We're going to spectate this 36 lap race from start to finish to find out who's going to win this, who's going to bowl this, and starting with 5 red lights and waiting for the drivers to sort out their strategies. I'm going to give you a look at the tires as soon as we get underway. If you have any predictions, make sure to share them in the chat. So I'll be looking at it occasionally. Let's see if we're going. I think this 30-second. You know what would be perfect? Having the 30-second timer up there as go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for this 6th round. It's lights out and away we go. Mike Second. It's a great start, but he's attacked by the House of Stello. ST Places. Round the inside of turn 1 as we have a spin already from Johnny, who's been hit from behind. That's not good. He has wing damage probably. As both Aston Martin and Red Bull, oh my god, things are happening at the back already. And oh my, well, what's going on? So much this thing happening. And people have been spun round. Lemon has retired from the session. I see, oh, what? He crashed out in a very weird spot. Lemon is out already. Johnny has had some issues in getting grips with his damaged front wing. But we're underway. And we have a mix of tires on the track. We have 3 drivers in softs, then the rest in mediums and hards. One of those being Kirkman is not soft as he goes wide. Actually goes wide. I don't know what happened there. Never mind. That's just the thing. Okay, that doesn't help at all. My lag doesn't help at all. Nice camera angle as well. Maps at 115.613. Yeah, my lag doesn't help at all, as I think that was a actual spin. Yeah, it was an actual spin. So yeah, Kirkimlakis now spun out of P3, running in P12. Not very good for the Aston Martin drivers. Matt Copper also has a spin round the round turn 3. So in P11 he goes. It's quite a close battle for P4 as well. But the Ferraris have got some breathing space for the time being, which is what matters, I guess, for these opening laps. I honestly don't know if the drivers understood anything from what happened there, but probably I didn't, so that's a certain thing. As that most spins, Danny Boy and Donatis make contact. Jorgikis makes a clear move on Kirkmanakis, the first one we've seen in this race, and so does Postman. I think Kirkmanakis may have a little bit of damage, maybe. It doesn't say on the telemetry, but he may have, considering he's been dropped 2 positions from where he rejoined. Max Verstappen now sets the benchmark lap 112.137. Lexo gets passed by Max Takis. Both Mercedes looking strong tonight, 4th and 5th respectively for the time being, with Milan also being on hards, so that says a lot. And as soon as these softs of Stello start giving up, Milan will be up there to the Ferraris. The Ferraris do have quite a good strategy for now with the starting tire, so they only have to time their pit stops right and get a very good tire to end with. Kirkmanakis rejoined pits for hards and is now behind Plumby in 17th place. Osman is looking very close to Jorgikis at the moment. So is Jorgikis to Sambo though. I think Sambo is creating a little train here as Jorgikis loses it. And that allows Bosman to go right past the Alfa Romeo. Now it's Bosman having the IS, but Jorgikis has way more straight line speed than the Williams. And he's gaining and gaining and gaining to try and make a move down the inside, but Bosman has the better speed, has better time, and he gets past Sambo as he goes a bit wide there. And now it's Jorgikis still stuck behind the AlphaTauri, while Bosman can go away with it. Matt Copper also behind him. So 2 Williams in 11th and 12th respectively. Do we have any close fights? Yes, we do. Billion and Thunder Spitter, but also Matt Copper and Danny. These two are also getting closer to the fight ahead between Thunder Spitter and Billion. So it's literally very close between these two. Krikimanakis gets the place on Plumby now. To move to lap 5 of this race. As Billion gets past Thunder Speed, as you can see there in the background, and so does Matt now. Gets past round the outside of turn 1 on the house of Danny Boy. Meanwhile, Plumby has a spin at that banked corner, and so has Jokik. Actually, Jokik spun, not Plumby, Jokik. Jokik has had a spin, damaged his whole wing in the time being. And he's not having the best of times in getting back on track. He's losing a very ton amount of time. 17th place is the place that Jorgikis rejoins in. As Max Takis now gets passed by Alexa. Is that a mistake, Max Takis? He's having Dolanis side by side with him on soft, so he should have the better advantage here. So does the Red Bull, as they're almost 3 wide there, but Billion backs up. He's losing time also to Thunder Speed and Matt Copper catching up, but Billion having the inside on Max Takis, tries it and has to step back for the time being. He's looking for it, but has to wait, precious time He's gonna probably regret later. But as he has DRS, Narcover gets past Danny Boy, and Danny Boy gets past Thunder Speeder. And now Donatis gets passed by both Max Takis and Billion on the before the corner at turn 1. Donatis obviously on softs, not having the best of times right now, as he starts going up the roofs, probably. So he's got Matt Copper on his back now, trying to defend from him. And Danny Boy already below 10% yes, that's crazy. It's only lap 6. You know, Stella and Milan having quite a fight. And Milan, as I said previously, Milan is now up to Stello. Stello still has a bit of pace, but Milan now on hards has the better tire that he needs to get ahead in P3 and chasing down the Ferraris, which will take a bit of time to wear the tires. But Milan is quick, so it doesn't matter, pretty much. Obviously, one thing is catching, one thing is getting past, but you gotta really defend if you want to keep that 1-2, I think. Meanwhile, Matt Copper very close to Donatis as he makes the move round the inside of turn 1. Gets the move done against the softs of Donatis, looking to come back, but he doesn't have enough speed to do that. So he has to kinda hold on for the time being. Hold on until he pits, because, you know, softs. Good to be quick at the beginning, but then you have to also think about the long term in the race. So you wanna keep as many places as you can, because when you pit, yes, you'll have the advantage, but so will others when they'll pit, as Max Takis spins again. Lots of drivers here also in the qualifying session having struggling to get grip, and you know, just losing it to corners where they shouldn't. One thing that I suppose would happen is maybe these drivers will not stop because it will rain later on. Because I think, if anything, they'll pit around lap 12. I think. Also, as Donatis has to defend from Danny Boy there, making the move round the inside, but they're still side by side round turn 2. Danny Boy with no ERS, and they get close together. Turn 3 they go together, but Danny Boy has a better line round the outside. Almost, Donatis almost loses it in the process. So Max Takis meanwhile takes advantage of that bit of holding up to pass Thunder Speeder and get very close to the back of Donatis, almost spinning him in the process, but he's still in P10, still behind him. This has been quite a battle for a few laps now, with Donatis losing places and places as the laps go by. He's surely come back into this race, but so will others, because if it will pit late earlier, that will give him an advantage, but then others will pit, and he will lose the advantage. So after all, you kind of lose from this unless there's a safety car later on, I think, at least, unless you can manage your tires. Donatis is actually looking to make a move round the inside, and Danny Boy couldn't control his car and spun all of a sudden like that at turn 1. That's very weird. Donatis luckily not to get involved in anything major, and he's back to the P8, chased down by Max Takis and Thunder Speeder, who wants a taste of that top 8. As we have a spin from Milan. Milan has had his first mistake in this race, and back behind Stella. He didn't lose too much actually, and very close to Stella again. He could try a move anytime soon now. He gets close and close and close, but he wants to wait for the next opportunity on the main straight. And Mavsad has actually called up to Johnny, and they already lapped Jorgakis, and now they're about to lap Johnny as well. So Milan there, the DRS wide opened, moves to the inside and gets the place. Is the move down even before the corner. Obviously Stella doesn't have much to do against that. Can only hope to stay in the IS and gain time on the likes of Alexo, Matt, Billy and so on. Looks is meanwhile going back again on the Lanites. Actually, the first time he does. No, actually, yeah. Again, because he spun. And yeah, he gets the place. So that's Danny Boy on Possum. And as he's actually having issues now, Danny Boy gets passed by D. Williams on the outside. But yeah, he does get passed at the end of the day. HB not looking too strong tonight, actually. We used to see him make it up the field very quickly, but tonight, maybe he's had mistakes at the first laps, but still in P13 and not catching much to Danny Boy. So, you know, Zandvoort's really proving to be a track where you cannot really make many moves, nor think you can... oh, what? This bit actually went right there, as the virtual safety has been deployed, because Plumby has decided to get himself to the back rooms, send himself to the back rooms, into the barriers. But yeah, only the virtual safety car for the time being. I wonder why Thunder Speeder went straight on there at the last corner. Probably had a disconnection of his wheel or controller, I don't know. Will anyone pit and the VSC, I wonder? Someone does. Kukumlakis actually takes advantage of this and he gets a 5-second penalty for spinning in the pit lane. That's, I just seen that. That's not gonna help him. As the virtual safety is going back. He's basically going back to green soon. He goes for softs actually, very aggressive option. And that tells me that the rain is coming soon. There's no way he pits for softs this early in the race. No way. The sky hasn't changed an inch. So I think it's gonna rain very soon. And now it's gonna change, shake things up a bit. That's maybe why drivers weren't pushing that much. Because they know they have to time the pit stops right. Who knows? I'm just speculating at this point because I don't know if it's gonna rain actually or not. As the virtual safety car is still on. We're looking to go back to racing now. Yes, enable for Alexo as he had a very nice start. We'll have enough to get down the inside of turn 1. No, he won't, but he actually tries. But Marco already closed the door at that point in time. Thunder Speeder pits for mediums. From hards to mediums now. For front wing damage as well, so he may have had a bit of damage under that VSC. Sambo gets a place on him. Very interesting situation right now because you think it may rain, but you don't know when. As obviously commentator, looking at the broadcast, the drivers do know, and that's very annoying that we as commentators cannot know. I protest this. There's also the fact that you cannot see the timer, the countdown timer when the race during the race. That would be helpful to know when the race is starting. They used to have it last year. I don't know why they removed it this year. Anyway, meanwhile, getting very close to Bossman has to make contact. A bit of contact there. Might be this thing, but Million and Alexa doing some team orders. Meanwhile, anyway, this camera angle is nice. Danny Boy now having GS on the Williams, looking to get the move as soon as he can. He moves down the outside. Going to deal with some lag as well. And he actually loses it a bit and has to stay behind. 3-second time penalty for Johnny Mitt for multiple warnings. That means track limits, the first of many. Hopefully not for the drivers. Kukumlak is actually on soft now, setting 111.231, which is actually exactly a second faster than the previous lap time set by Bamsa. So that's the new fastest lap time of the race, which goes to Kukumlak is in 15th place right now. who's getting time obviously on Thunder Speeder, who's actually pit as well. So I don't know if he's going to gain as much, but he will gain much time, a lot of time on Sambo definitely. Because obviously new tires against old ones, not really much to say about that. As we have Donalds is going back to the pits, obviously 12 lap pole softs, not. I think Seller's going to go back in soon. So Kirkmanakis teammates looking to go on a set of hards now. And joining back ahead of Sambo, could be close between the two, actually. Sambo is now at the corner. He has the Aston Martin right ahead of him. They're side by side, but obviously Lantis with cool tires has to let him by. But he will be on his tail very soon because Sambo is on 30 lap old hards and Delanis is on fresh ones. So it's gonna be only a matter of a few seconds until he's back behind him. As he's already now, by the way, not even the time to say that he's already catching on him. Daddy Boy is getting closer to Postman again. As Milan actually, all of a sudden, Milan, he's up to SC play. I haven't noticed it at all. He was looking far, and now he's back. He's actually fighting with them. Split into two Ferraris from that 1-2. Because obviously the tower is starting to kick in. Smart Copper pits, and Johnny retires. Johnny retires because he DNFs, he crashes out. But there's no safety car. There's no safety car. This bad corner caught him out. He's had issues in the last corner, in the last two corners. Oh well, that's not good. Danny Boy looking to get past Postman, but actually they took each other out. Postman won't be happy from what happened in quali now, which was his fault. In this case, it's not his fault. Now both of them with damage have Matt Copper behind them. That didn't look too good as they also were 3 wide in that corner, which wasn't really going to end well for anyone. One person did get away with that in one piece. That's HPE. It's back up now. Gets ahead of both drivers. And Cello pits, obviously, on 14 lap on stops. He gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in a pit lane, which won't really help him at all. I have to say, hearts for the Haas driver. I was saying anyway, the tower is starting to kick in for as he plays in Mapsa because Milan is catching up to those two, even though he's quick, but still, tower does make a difference. In any case, seems like the rain hasn't come down yet. I'm not wishing for rain. I'm just thinking it will come because here next went and stops for some reason. Postman and Danny Boy and Jogake is also pitting. Jogake is for a new set of hards. Danny Boy for hards and Postman for hards as well. Max meanwhile very close to his teammate, but I think it's gonna be a matter of team orders. The maps are pits. So tries the undercut to Milan. Will it work? Oh, as he disconnects. No, that's not good. That he tried the undercut, but he disconnects instead. Oh my god, very nice timing there from the game, I must say. Oh my god, I'll invite him back. My god, Ferrari getting once again. The game is also against Ferrari. Why is everyone against Ferrari? I swear. Not just in the game, even in real life, as Lemon disconnects because he's DNF. But yeah, so SC plays hasn't pit, so they're playing a strategy here, the two Ferraris. Because Milan will have to pit at some point. But maybe the Ferraris can try something here. Will the undercut, despite this connection, will the undercut on Milan work for Mipsad? Says he's staying out. Depends when he joins back. Because I'll try and invite him again. Because to be fair, I would like to see how this ends up. Because of the disconnection, I don't think anything will happen as I cannot find him in the friends list anymore, so I think he's restarted his game. Actually, is he? No, he isn't. He isn't. He's losing a lot of time now, which is not helpful at all. Anyway, actually retires now from the session. I think he's had a disconnect. No, that glitch is so annoying, man. He's had the glitch for which if he disconnected and his car retired, his AI retired for him. Well, that's not good. But he's still trying to go for the long game here. We're looking for a reaction from Milan. Okay, let me see if that I'm in refers to the fact he's in the game. So I can actually find him again. So I would suppose he's back in. Oh, invite please, okay. Yeah, I didn't really understand. There we go. Apparently Danny just left on his own. Mike said he's back in. We got him back in. Sambo pits now for, I would suppose, mediums. Yeah, mediums. Very, very safe choice there. Mike said he's losing a bit of time that he has as well now. It won't help him. Want to see the leader gap as he's back into his car now. Want to see the leader 24 seconds. Million pits now. So actually, it could be right enough to stay within Milan. He just has to not lose too much time now. Oh, as he almost loses it. He almost loses it. Well, pressure now starting to rise for the Ferrari driver. He has not to make mistakes, because if he does, it's over. If he wants to get that first place, he has to really not lose time and try and get ahead of Milan when he pits. He's 24 seconds behind right now. He could try, I would say. Meanwhile, joining this party for P4 still has to pit as well, and so do let's place Alexo Maxakis. All the drivers have to pit, and Milan as well. As let's play, speaking of him, he pits now that his teammate is back in for hards, and Milan is still going straight now. I think Milan will be going for softs. I think Milan is going the long way for softs. I think. I'm not sure, but I think that's what's going to happen. It seems like pit stop time in... yeah, definitely. A pit stop time in Netherlands is 20 seconds. Which means Mike may lose it by literally 3 seconds or so. They need to gain time now. They need to get in 3 seconds in Milan. As Mike didn't really have a very good line there. HB pits. Pit for mediums. So he gets ahead of Kirkhamlakis now with no ES. Kirkhamlakis with no ES. Him using it a bit. Milan gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits in the pits, which he may get removed. Now, this fight with Red Bull is not helping the two Ferraris at all, as Milan has pit now. for me, actually mediums. He's probably listened to the stream and said, you know what, I'm gonna change my strategy so that people do not actually know what I'm doing. This will be close, but I don't think they'll be getting him. I do not think they'll be getting him. Lexo gets a 3-second time penalty as he gets into the pits as well, like Milan. But yeah, Milan is already ahead at the pit exit. Oh, well, that loss of time with the disconnection. I think my upset is literally smashing his head right now. But still at 2-3. Still at 2-3. Plus the mediums will get somewhere some points. So obviously the ES levels do not really play a big role for the Ferrari cars at the moment, but they do for Milan. As Milan has way more ES than these Ferrari cars. Gonna start saving a bit. So Milan will start gaining and gaining now. See, he's on fresh mediums. Brand new mediums. On cold temperatures as well, so these mediums are getting tired with, if anything, on lap 34 or so. And Ferrari is gonna start to try and catch up. Unless they try and catch up now at pure pace, but it's gonna be a very tough task to achieve. Anyway, back to closer towards the rest of the grid. We have Stellantis, Billion and HB trying to go for a fire. HB going 3 wide and setting the fastest lap as well, 1:10.561. He goes round the inside on Billion as well. He gets 2 cars on a straight. What a wonderful move from the McLaren there. Stellantis loses 2 places as well. Kirkmanakis pits again for mediums. He serves his 5-second penalty for speeding. And spits from brand new mediums. They could have done the other way round, hards, mediums, softs. But I guess that's his choice. To be fair, the softs do wear, but after a while, because you have to remember the temperatures are very cool comparison to dry, dry temperatures. As Milan on 2-lap old. Oh well. Milan there. Actually they are on the same tire. I was starting to wonder. 1:10.424 is exactly basically 1/10 faster than HPE, so he found a 10th somewhere. And Milan, hold on, Milan is reporting low fuel signs. Milan could be running out of fuel if he's not careful at the end of the race, unless he's literally lifting and coasting now to try and save it. But his telemetry is flashing yellow on the fuel, which means he's low on fuel. So unless he saves it, he may be running out of fuel at the end, which will give the Ferraris a chance. So he's still low on low fuel. I'm checking if anyone else is. Kirkmanakis is, no one else. Some drivers, the pit window is apparently open. Next stack is, for example, unless from the game, then obviously they won't follow it. My upset as well, the pit window for him is open for some apparent reason. So is ST Plays. And we have a ghosted car, lapped car probably. Yeah, lapped car of Sambo. Getting out of the way, so is Jog is getting lapped twice actually. Got lapped twice, also by Sambo. Or maybe he was ahead. No, never mind. Yeah, he got lapped by Sambo as well. So lap 25 at 36, we have Alexa trying to look for a move down the inside of Thunder Speeder, but he's actually going for it. Yeah, and Thunder Speeder let him by in a very weird way. But yeah, I was about to say, Let's take a look at the grid, as we have very close fight between Stella, Matt Copper, and HB, who is actually now up into P6. HB is obviously 8 seconds away from this, so it's between Matt Copper and Stella, really. Matt Copper gets it with 0 EIS, 0% EIS. In fact, he doesn't gain much, but he does push Stella wide. It has to take the wide line and almost damages his wing there, and Stella retires on track. Because probably he didn't really like what Matt did there, and he retires on track. So no safety car, that means. I was saying anyway. Milan in the lead, followed by ST Place, Maps Up, Matt Copper, HB, Billion, Maxakis, Alexo, Delantis, Stello, Thunder Speeder, who's bidding for fresh mediums, Posthuman, followed by Kirkumanakis very close behind him on DRS. He's trying to get the moving at the last, very last second. He gets the place done. Gets the move done on the Williams, but the Williams will try to counter attack, and he has to stay back though because there's not much room. Sambo then in 14th, and Jokic is in 15th. We have Stello, Danny Boy, Johnny, Plumby, and Lemon, who all DNF from this race. The gap between ST Plaza and Milan surprisingly staying stable. Milan is not pulling away as usual, which tells me that these hearts may be actually starting to get the advantage out of the mediums, which could be a bad sign for Milan, considering he has to also save fuel, and he's low on EIS as well. He's burned that battery. Now ST plays. All he has to do, if he doesn't make mistakes, it's actually possible to get back up to Milan. But it's going to be a tough one. Because Milan, obviously, is trying to save fuel and everything. And actually, and as I say that, ST Plays has caught up 5/10s already. So ST Plays is currently flying, literally. So far it's looking strong. It could look very close at the end. I have to tell you. It could look very close towards the end. And I think Milan is not doing it on purpose. Milan is actually having to literally fuel and lift and coast. Fuel and coast, that was saying. Lift and coast. Because he's low on fuel and he may risk not making it. He is, in fact, he is. And he's losing time. A bit of time. The car's behind, but that's a lot. Yeah, he is lifting. He is definitely lifting coasting. Okay, then that makes things interesting. Grimlock is still behind Thunder Speeder, trying to get more points for P10. And trying to align himself with his teammate, as that will be 9 and 10 and 10 for Aston Martins close together. Both Aston Martins also. Oh, Postman has crashed out, and there's a safety car. Without. Oh well, ST Place has already pit. That's not gonna be good for Milan at all. Yes, there's a Delta. They'll tell you once. But it's not good when you have your rivals pitting before you on fresh mediums. Actually, could have went for softs. Probably didn't have any sort of, you know. Didn't have any free sets available. Everyone going for softs pretty much. Maxaki is surprisingly staying out. So is Alexo. Mediums for the 90s. Both Asamantis, by the way, were on low fuel as well, and this helps Milan saving fuel more. So he has to thank Postman for that. And now, very interesting situation. Yeah, I think Milan is going to be. Yeah, definitely. So is Maipsad, unless he decides to play the Ferrari strategy role here. No, he isn't. He's going into the pits. So he's following Milan. Now, ST Place is not gonna catch them because of Delta, which puts Milan back into the lead. But Maipsad is on softs. With a bit of damage, it says. I don't really know. Milan will now have no issues with fuel. So this is just past Maipsad there. I don't really know about that. Yes, the softs will gain wear, but it depends on when the safety car goes in. Literally, the softs will be perfectly fine at the end. Well, this, I think, yeah, Milan does have a penalty, but I think he's gonna get that removed. Because he's got the warning at the pit entry, and it is probably gonna get removed. Unless he gets another warning, then that's a different story. But yeah, in that case, they can still take the win on penalties, but it's always better to get it on track, I say. So you always gotta try and get it on track, because you never know what your rival may do and get that penalty removed, and then you basically lose all the progress you've done to get up there. This gets everyone close as well. So we have HB, who's behind a lap car of Samba. We'll do that lap car thing that we do in FSC as well here. I don't think there's the rule for that in HSRT. So I doubt we'll be doing that. Meanwhile, the drivers are having quite a nice chat in the skirt. You can see that by Milan Tippets that the AI actually does. Look, this is interesting what the AI does. The AI actually now is taking control, but the AI actually does. Look at that. He literally does. Accelerate. It doesn't let go of the accelerator pedal, never. Look at the inputs, literally, it's so weird. Now I get why they're so quick, because if a player did that, they would spin. If a player literally did that, if you see on the telemetry, the accelerator and the brake pedal, and if a player did that, okay, I have many questions on what I just seen. Okay, that's not the thing, definitely not. Okay, but yeah, if a player did that, he will literally spin. So that's why the AI is quick, because they can do things that players can't. Oh my god. Well, Milan basically took control, and S-Place didn't realize and went and swerved to the right to avoid him, and now he's got a damaged end plate too. That leaves one Ferrari to try and challenge Milan here. I think S-Place may have ruined his chance for a podium here, but we'll see. As we go back to green flag, Mark Cobra is on the back of Maipsad already. Will he try to send it? Yes, he will. Down the inside of turn 1. He has a very bad line towards the exit, so Maipsad keeps the place. At the back, we have HB with Maxakis as they both go side by side, and HB on the outside. Will he try to get the place here? Yes, he will, as he gets it very, very tightly there. Sam, meanwhile, is getting lapped. He's in the middle way, kind of. Yes, he plays now with a damaged end plate. Cannot do much against his rivals, as that end plate is doing a lot of damage literally to his race. Lap 32 of 36 worst possible time where you could get damage. After a safety car restart as well, with mediums against soft runners, literally, this place must be having a nightmare right now. Milan has already pulled a 1.5 second gap to Maipsad, not having to lift and coast anymore. That safety car did really help, did him a favour. Posthuman did, oh well, this place did what Thunder Speeder did, and now damages his entire front wing, with Milan setting a 109.611 as the new fastest lap. I think as he plays, we'll be getting a new redemption race in FSC, probably. As he goes on softs now, possibly trying a new fastest lap as well with that. And it's getting ahead of Alexa, but how can you go straight on at the last corner? It's really what I don't understand. Billion Maxak is having a fight for P5. Billion Maxak stays ahead, although Billion is looking close. You know, the only thing which could help SC plays right now would be another safety car right now. But that wouldn't happen. And yeah, Postman literally did a Latifi. He's in the right car as well. And Latifi to Milan. And Milan is basically keeping the lead now. Unless Matt can catch up, because Matt has just got past on Maipsad with the S enabled as well. Max Takis meanwhile gets a 3 second time penalty for track limits. Matt Copper has got ahead of the Ferrari of Maipsad. Maipsad still has a chance for podium unless he gets passed by HPE and HPE reaches his dreams for podium position. But yeah, Matt could be looking to challenge Milan. So Ferrari went from a 1-2 to a 3-11 in this matter of a lap. Because of a mistake. That's what happens, I guess. Billion very close to the back of Max Takis. Meanwhile, he tries to go for a move down the inside, but he has to step back. And now, again, the eyes wide opened. So does Max Takis have the eyes opened, and he will have again. He will have it open again. This straight, unless he forgets as he almost loses it. He has a bit of snap the penultimate corner. Billion there with the DRS of the Red Bull, the mighty Red Bull DRS. He gets past on the outside line of Max Takis, getting that P6. And now onto the chase of Kirkhamnakis. It's the penultimate lap really. Kirkhamnakis may want to help his teammate as well by, as he is in P8 right now. Milan is literally pushing like madman right now, as he's 3.4 ahead of Matt. So even with penalties, Milan will still stay ahead unless Matt pulls in a very strong lap. Kirkhamnakis has one final spin, hopefully, to lose all the progress he's done so far and get back into P9 ahead of Alexo. Not good for the Aston Martin. Unless things happen ahead, now that's gonna be his new place, as he's probably gonna be able to defend from Alexo. So yeah, he's gonna stay P9 unless you know anything else happens, but hopefully not for him. Samba gets a 3 second time penalty for track limits right at the last lap. He could have gotten on. But yeah, there's no hope right now for his drivers to beat Milan, who's going to take his win at his own Grand Prix. It looked very unlikely earlier on. Meanwhile, Matt Copper could be denied of a second place finish if Maipstad actually gets close enough, but HB actually wanted a taste of that. Got 3 seconds for track limits by trying to go for a gap that didn't exist, and round the penultimate corner Milan goes. With no S, burning it all round the last corner, Milan in Zandvoort wins at his own Grand Prix for round 6 in Advanced Series. Matt Copper and Maipsa to go for the finish, and Maipsa gets ahead. Maipsa finishes ahead on the line. What a beautiful finish from Maipsa there. Second place, the most Matt Copper to third, HPE in fourth, Billion in fifth, Max Takis in seventh, overtaken by Donati's in sixth, Thunder Spitter in eighth, Black is in ninth, Alexa will finish 10th, Essie plays 11th after a very horrible restart. Reminds me of a race that I had in Australia. S plays in 11th, and that's Sam Binjog is in 12th and 13th. Can we talk about HBE though? HBE from literally nowhere in this race, all the way to P4, thanks to the safety car. That was great from him as well. It didn't look too strong like usual, which kind of gives hope for Friday. Even though it's player cars and realistic performance, so the car doesn't let you down, but you still make a difference as a driver. And Milan takes the win at his own Grand Prix. Must feel good. But will he be able to do it again on Friday at 8 PM UK time? You can tune in on International Paddock to find out if he's going to be able to do it again. With the fastest lap as well, by the way. So it's going to be interesting to see why he's able to. But that's your finishing results. We have Milan, Maipsa, Matt Copper in the top 3. Then HB, Billion, Dolantis, Max Takis, Thunder Speeder, Krikimanakis, and Alexa running out your top 10. First place finishing literally outside of the top 10, followed by Sambo, Jogikis, Possuman, Stello, Danny Boy, Johnny, and Plumby and Lemon. There was only one driver left tonight to make it 20, but 19 is still very good. Well, what can I say? That is your final results for tonight, and we're gonna see you all in 2 days on Friday at the same track at 8 PM UK time for round 6 at Zandvoort of FSC Pro Series. Bye everyone.